8 years ago, STB started in Bahrain, back in F1 2013, for the very first race of STB. 8 years ago today, and here we are. 8 years later, season 20 on F1 2021. Here for the Italian Grand Prix. Welcome to the SE Racing League Season 20 here for the Italian Grand Prix, 8th year anniversary Grand Prix, and we've got a full lobby. Absolutely amazing, miles better from what we had yesterday, and it's all from Maldi. Unfortunately, Maldi is not here tonight. He is on holiday all the way in Devon, but he's kept support with me throughout this last hour to keep me updated and just help me along. But we've got the lobby going, we've got 20 people in here and a lot of reserves in today, and what a race it should be around the Temple of Speed here at Monza at the Italian circuit here. Speed is everything around here. We do need some downforce, but straight line speed is going to be key around here. So we have got a few new reserves in tonight. We have got some tier 2s in here, just to buff up the lobby a little bit. Some decent tier 2s in here. We've got TFL Marcos. He's I think a new driver for tonight. R6 Bosse, tier 2 driver, again replacing for tonight. We've got Ripley SPL. I think he's a new driver. F1X Dynamo's in here again here from tier 2 to race for tonight. Get a bit of practicing. Unfortunately for me. We've got Team Marcata is back in for another race. Hopefully kind of better race tonight after a couple of last races as he returned to the league. And a couple of shockers. DJ Danny is also back in here as well after a few races away. He's already raced last week. And then we've also got F1X Morik also in tonight. And we've also got Bella Roffox. I'm going to call him Bella. Bella was supposed to be F1X Ivan, but unfortunately couldn't race. So we've got Bella Roffox, who's just joined last second. Already saying he's going to go lap time. We've got RP1 Akura, some really weird names in today. Akura, F1X Waza, obviously in here tonight. We've got, and then Plaki, just decided to show up. The one he wanted to race tonight, and he's already setting pace 68 thousandths a second ahead of Plaki. And what a race this should be. Hopefully it should be a close one. I know Plaki is a very quick driver, but Rev Casper is not letting that bite him. I've got Akos who's invalidated right now. Akura apparently is on 17 seconds. He's in a lap? I don't actually know because his delta's really weird. On the top left, it's definitely not 25 seconds through his lap. There's nice Marty off at the Scari. Could be the player or Marcos. I think it's Marcos. No, it's not. It's the player. The player is off. But Arku coming to the laws of the line. Or is he doing that? I don't even know. It's not just being weird. Don't know. His delta's being really weird right now. I'm not sure where he is actually on circuit, according to that lap time. Okay, it's on board at Plaki. Provisional pole right now. DRS open. Some of the brakes just after the 100 metre board. You can't use a curb like it used to anymore. On the inside of turn 1, traction is important because then it carries the speed around all the way through here. Now you need to minimise. I can't remember what it's called now. You lose speed when you're turning. That's what it is. Some of the brakes just as you hit the bridge, you're missing the curb. You can't mount those curbs anymore. Now into the first Lesmo. Carry as much speed in there as possible. A little bit of a slide mid corner. Bit of gravel and grass just to try and get as much track as possible. He took it very nicely. He's right on the limit of track limits. No, scrubbing speed, that was it. That's what I was looking for. He's just not scrubbing as much little speed as possible. Now coming down to Sky, he's got his car in the way. Luckily, he's got out of the way just about in time. Oh, he's invalidated. He's not sure where he did that. But unfortunately, it's invalidated for him. I'm not sure where that lap would have took him. It's 2/10 up. So would have been, I was Ref Caterpillar. Would have been 2/10 up. He just validated his lap. Unless that was just, I don't even know, to be honest. He says it's invalidated, so. Oh no, it's not invalidated. Ref Casper, Paki was 88 thousandths up. Not to be. Now on to Rev Casper. See what his first sector delta is. Oh, it's a car in the way. Oh, it's just decided to weave it. Probably caught him out a little bit. He's a bit more curved than Placky. I did not see a delta. I did not see a split time yet. There's lots of yellow flags going on right now. I think that's just the game being buggy. Because there's no cars actually spinning around in any of the part of those circuits. Oh, Rev gets has a bit of a moment. DRS open. It's going to hurt him all the way down the straight. It's going to lose a couple of hundreds. It's going to lose it all the way down the straight now. Very important the exits are. Just to make sure you can carry as much speed down the straights as possible. Using a lot of curb at Scary. It's very risky. Oh, he's hit that curb on the inside. Oh, that's not good. You can't hit that curb there like that because it just unsettles the car as the past sign boards get stuck in the McLaren the barge boards. As Van's also done a set nice there. Just look at the lap times. Only a 10th down on Placky. Let's go back on the lap times. So yeah, 0.6 for Varane. Oxley at 0.7. Akari's currently on a. I think he's just slowing down. I'm not sure. He's saving fuel or something. Wazza, currently P6. SK, currently P7. Looking for a better race. I'm not sure what happened in Tier 1 for him actually. I can't remember how his race went. Mine's a bit bagged by that race. I can't exactly remember. So much happened in Tier 2 and Tier 3. I forgot what Tier 1 was. And how that race went. You got Wazza, who's a half 10th up. DRS open down underneath the old oval circuit. It's a car in the way. And Alpha Tauri, it's not getting out of the way. Oh, and there's contact. It was Akaru. Aqua. And he got in the way, and the contact happened between the two Italian constructors' cars. I think he's run out of fuel, but I think he's only just run out of fuel. Oh, he's teleported back to the pit. What? He just teleported to the pits. Did he disconnect? I don't think he disconnected. I haven't seen anyone leave. I don't know. Wazza's retired. Decides that's qualifying over. TFS Marcos. Unvalidated his lap. Gibbs. See what he's on. I don't know. I think he's on a. He's in an in lap. I think. DJ Danny's on a lap. DJ Darney. See if he navigates this Ascari chicane. Not using all the curb. He's a bit cautious. Going to lose a bit of time for there. A bit of a left, a bit of corner. It's going to hurt him all the way down to the parabolic corner now. Commit as hard as you can. Do not run it wide because it wouldn't validate. Tony Smith. Oh, he's missed the apex. Oh, I don't that's ruined his lap. That's going to cost him a good 10th. It's too late now to set another lap time unless he goes on for another lap right after this one. He's got just about has enough DRS to do it. It's a late DRS open as well. It's late on DRS. So he will lose a bit of time here. Gibbs. Say 17th, but he's done a few lots on those tyres now. Those tyres are getting a bit old. So they might not be doing its best anymore. Kata on a lap. It's his home race. It's the Italian flag. He's waving over him in a Ferrari. So it should be a very big race for him. But he's, as this qualifying position it is right now, it's not so good. Yeah, I don't think it's going to cross the line. Not sure who that is, but there might be starting lap there. I think that was SK just starting his lap. But let's watch out. Kata, he's actually not on a lap. I just realised. Dilemma's not actually on that. Murak is on a lap. Just come up to a lot of gaggle of cars here. I think that's going for a bit of slipstream. Bossett has retired. Only 23.1 and the lap time. Oh, Bolton and Bossett's had a collision. 5 great place penalties. There's been a crash at Parabolica. I don't know what's happened there and what that caused. Whatever it was, someone got a penalty. I can't remember who it was who got the penalty. Did Bozzy? Or was it somebody else? He got the penalty. Instance, lots of warnings here. Lots of warnings. It was accidental validated great penalty for Ultra. Ultra's the one that got the penalty. Not Bozzy. Bosser. Oh, and Dano's in the wall. Foot wing is gone. He doesn't look like he's out. He's still got his wheels. He's just letting the Mercedes past. Oh, watch, he's got a teammate coming past as well. Looks like he's got a nice free grid now to reverse back onto the track safely with no front wing. But yeah, Ultra's gone and got the penalty, but it's not like going to hurt his position anyway. He's down in P18, so it's not going to affect him too much. Kevin on a lap, let's see if anyone else up here is actually in a lap. Time is gone on my screen. Everyone's finishing now. Not sure if Rand's doing over in his car. Placky, who's 30,000 up, 30,000 up, or 300 up, how you want to say it. And that time McLaren's come across the line as well. Ocasili's just gone pole. For Placky needs to nail this last sector if we want to keep that time up. But he's missed a little bit of the apex, but he's just managed to get it wide, just into the apex nicely. Taking the shortest line possible. Across the line, will he take it back? No, he won't! 2,000s off, he lost a tiny bit of time in that last sector. And it was enough to Ocasili just to bite that pole position by a 2,000th of a second. Just think about Ocasili's supposed to be a Tier 2 driver. Rev Casper, only within half a second, he is not on a lap, I don't think, at the moment. I don't see the timer clicking down. That's because it's finished, Matt, you idiot. And Alvaro is the only other car, apart from the Dilemma, who's just slowly crawling across the line with no foot wing, retiring from the Grand Prix. Alvaro on his outlap, apparently. I'm not sure what happened there before, but he's on an outlap. Not sure that's possible. Might have to ask him to retire. No ghosting. I'm asking him to retire the car. Give him a minute, just message him. Ask him to retire the car, qualified. Finished. No, I ain't finished. Can't spell. Oh dear. It's not good. That's why I missed it, aren't I? Sorry about this, I'm trying to message him. Hopefully we'll get that message. Oh, and his car's just stopped. It's been a while since I've seen that glitch, and he's run out of fuel. There we go. So finally the session ends, after all that squabbling around. And here is your qualifying results. RBT Ocasili is on pole position here in the McLaren. It's a 19.512. And an FOI Placky 2,000ths of seconds behind the McLaren. Rev Casper in the other McLaren only 39 thousandths away from Ocasili. So it's 39 thousandths of seconds split the top three. Two McLarens and Alfa Romeo in the current McLaren sandwich. You've got Varane in third, Ocaro in fifth, Weather in sixth, Bella in seventh, SK45 in eighth, Kevin ninth, Murak 10th, Gibbs 11th, Marcos 12th, Dilemma 13th, but player 14th, DJ Danny down in 15th, Ripley SBL in 16th, Semi K disappointing down in 17th, and I think I don't know, I think it was Dilemma's down there, Bossa is down there, Ultra's down there, and I'm not sure who the other car is, and I don't want to see any wet tyres in the garage, thank you very much. Not something I want to say. There you go, down to mediums. Thank you. But yeah, I'm just going to right sector. So yep, Bossa. It's Kata, it's Semi-K Kata, Bossa, and Ultra with that 5 second time penalty dropped him a couple of positions down to last. Him and Bossa had a collisions at the qualifying, so they better keep it clean. I think Ultra has just apologised to Bossa. I didn't quite remember what the message exactly said, but he'd apologised for it. So maybe Ultra did actually deserve the 5-second grid penalty, but you rarely actually get a grid penalty and actually get deserved, if that's the case. I'm just waiting for the cars to all sort out the last bit of the setups. Any strategy calls, tyre, fuel, any adjustments they want to make, front wing, differential, tyre pressures I think you can maybe change. I'm not sure if you could change tyre pressures in the race. For sure you obviously can change the fuel. And what else can you change? I think that's it. Anyway, 10 seconds until the formation lap starts. Here we are for the 8-year anniversary here for STB. So much has been done. I've been here 5 years myself, so I've been through most of it. Been here since season 9. It's season, funny enough, I had a bit of an incident with Maldi in my second race ever. I think it's my first, was it my second race or first race? I can't remember now. I think it was my first race in Japan. Season 9, F1 2016. But here is this is the SUV as a whole we're talking about here. 8 years, unbelievable. 20 seasons on 8 different games. Obviously for 8 years, 8 different games. Amazing scenes here. And here we are at the Temple of Speed. Carl pulling his eyes out for the race. One stop strategy. Softer mediums. Browns probably around like 9, 10. I'm expecting some pit stops to start happening. Those softs might be a little bit not so good. The medium tyre is quite a good race tyre. I believe the hards is not really recommended. The hards you really want to use if you get damaged in lap 1. You can probably get those tyres at the end, depending if it's for safety cars. But if you want a safety car, most likely you wouldn't want to pit, get rid of those hards anyway. So you wouldn't want to stick on them. Let's get all the stuff up. Tyres, so majority of the bottom half of the grid are started on mediums, apart from Ripley and Ultra are both starting on softs. So maybe if just hope they don't get ruin those mediums on the race start if they get damaged. I think Monza is always quite a good chance of damage because it's a very, very slow turn 1. People get caught out of the braking. You'll be watch out for people braking, giving a gap. And Akaru, I don't know what she's doing, he's back there ghosting all the back at P20. Been a bit glitchy here since he's been here. He's been very glitchy. Not sure what's caused that. Ultra making a big gap as they all come round the parabolica to start this Italian Grand Prix. The cars get taken into control, which we're able to do it ourselves. I'm pretty sure that we will allow the drivers to set the grid up themselves on the formation lap to park into their own grid slot into next year's game. But for now, AI takes control of it. Now queues up, putting the cars into their grid slots. So Oxley on pole position, Placky alongside. You know we've got Rav Caterpillar in P3, Varan P4, Akaru training in P5, Wazan P6, Bolo P7, XK P8, Kim P9, and we're at P10, actually top 10 there. I'm just waiting for Akaru to get into his grid slot. I'm not sure if he's actually here. He's parked about 5 miles away from his grid slot. Anyway, it's lights are going off here at the circuit of Temple of Speed. It's 5 lights for the 8th anniversary race. It's lights out now. You're going. SK's got a drive-through penalty already. Dynamo Society, Alpha Tauri. That is Akaru having a terrible start. Placky's had a great start. It's alongside Oxley into turn 1. As they're going to the corner, Placky has it inside the 2 McLarens make contact. Everyone seems to get through relatively cleanly. There's 3 wides for momentarily there with Mercedes. Akaru's now left the session. But it's a completely clean start for here for lap 1. But the 5 second time penalty to be caught into place and Ultra, so even more commiserations for him. So a few penalties are being picked up. SK's got a drive through. Cat has got a penalty as well. And now it's but apart from that, it was a clean. I don't think it was any damage. Saying that, Marcos has gone round, being damaged. Somebody's around. Marcos has had a bit of Sebastian Vettel, I think. Spun round at the second chicane. Now Placky's leading the way. Rev Caterpillar having to chase him down. I can see he's lost 2 positions. It's been a horrendous start for him, being bitten 1 by 1. SK, he's going to have to take drive through. He's got to take it this lap because if he stays with him, he might lose a bit of time. But at the same time, you might want to hug in the slipstream for a little bit. Depends on how you want to play this, whether you want to get in clean air or stay in the slipstream. Penalty's going to be crucial this race. Placky leads the way as they all filter down here. I'm hoping it breaks up a little bit so we have a bit of battles, because if it just sticks like this, you might just have one massive DRS train, which is not good. We've got 3 wide here. Akaru, Ultra and Bosse 3 wide, and the Bosse's had to back out there. And now Ultra's won out of that battle. Akaru is doing slots into the middle, but he's rounding outside the Red Bull. There's a Ferrari in the pits where Kata's got damage, I think, on that car. Maybe he's got to drive through as well, but SK's got to drive through. And there's no mechanics, which means I think Kata also had to drive through. Did you get caught out by SK? But the thing is, Kata was towards the back of the grid, so I don't know what happened there. Caterpillar hogging the back of that Alfa Romeo. Obviously, he's got that slipstream. Plaki is currently running in clean air, so there's no one else to slipstream. So Caterpillar can use that slipstream just to stay ahead, keep with him in the straights. That's all filtered around here. Haas is running a bit wide. That's Varane. Let's see the position changes. Varane's lost 3. I thought he lost a couple of positions. Down 3 places. Been not been a good start for Varane here, and he's losing track. He's 1.5 seconds down, so he's already lost DRS here before even lap 2. At the end of lap 2, should I just say. So, but I think that's crucial. These first 2 laps are absolutely crucial, because if you don't have DRS, you are screwed, and you will be at the top end of the second train. He's caught a couple of cents, but it's not close enough. He's just not close enough to make a gap. He's using all the DRS, but Thomas, they got slipstream, and he doesn't have the slipstream, so it means he's 1.1 seconds down here. Luckily, they won't have DRS down into this straight, as the DRS detection point is before the finish line. Black sits the near fast lap of the race, leading the race. But why is that down? That's Kevin. That's what it means. The slipstream is making a massive hole of their effectiveness. Now it's going to be more effective with DRS. And yet, Varane is still out within 1 second, out of 1 second of Kevin. There's a pretty good chicane here, but if we really want to get back into his DRS, he needs a super second sector. Kevin using a lot of ERS here. He needs to be caught. I think ERS management is going to be crucial around here, which I think Casper and Oxley are quite good at. So is Plaki. They're all using ERS maybe very tactically, which is crucial to staying ahead. If you have no ERS, if you just deplete your ERS like you do in most tracks, you're just going to be so slow in the straights when you need it. Because the overtake is there to need it is to make that. Oh! And where's it gone? He's in the barriers! And he's kept it. He's lost his front wing. But he's still in the race. He's lost his whole front wing. And that's him out of the race. I don't know how he did that. It was just sudden loss of rear end there. And the car speared back onto the circuit magically. And Ripley, I'm pretty sure he's 9 places up. He's had a brilliant start. From the Williams driver up to P7 from P16 it looks like from that corner to P9. And we are flags. I think that's Bosse is round at Ascari. It's quite easy to do that sometimes. SK is coming round soon. SK no fresh air. Kata has not pitted. He's just trickling down there, and Buzz has got 5 second time penalty for being in the pit lane. Oh no! And Akaru is round as well. And Semi-K, what's happened to Semi-K? Semi-K's lost a lot of time. What's going on here? Semi-K was this far down. Anyway, we've got Dynama and DJ Danny fighting out. Akaru is now retired from the race. The first retirement of the race here at the circuit. I don't know. It's after John Moore Bonds. I don't know. Oh, and it's side by side here, and Danny covers it off. You know what Danny's like he was defending, but Dynama's done a bit of giving Danny a bit of dilemma to worry about. Along still side by side into the first Lesmo. Still side by side here as they come round. Oh, there's contact. Maybe just a slight tyre contact, but who's got DRS? Neither of them got DRS. Questions are to be answered. Game. Neither of them have got DRS, so both of them are still side by side to here. The DRS is not there to answer the question to that of who won that straight, but Danny still forced his way through. Oh, and Dynama had a bit of a moment, and Marcos having to react to that, and now gets past Dynama. Dynama's mediums just isn't quite working. Danny's also the mediums. See the medium runners just falling away from the softs here. Softs do have an extra bit of grip, obviously, so not too surprised that there's a big gap between the softs and the medium runners. Gibbs got DRS on the player here. Not close enough to make a move. DRS doesn't seem very powerful, probably because they're losing quite lower wings than they normally do in most game. So DRS probably isn't as quite as effective as they're already running. Oh, and Alfa Romeo's around, that's Dilemma, and there's been contact. Was there any damage done to Marcos or Ultra? I don't know. Looks like all good. More flags. I think that's still Dana having his own dilemma at the back there. DJ Danny continuing in the way, but now he's got Marcos to worry about now. Danny's now 4.2 seconds behind Gibbs. He needs to get some pace going. Not sure how much practice he's had, but he needs to find some pace here if he wants to get any chance of getting some points here. And Gibbs is just going to fly past Danny. No, sorry, Gibbs is going to fly past the players for the stuff. Sorry, into Scory, and Gibbs has got the move done. But don't forget, there's DRS zone coming into turn 1 here. Currently leads with Kepler, cannot find a way through Placky. Like I said, he can't find a move past Rib. And like I said, luckily, the gaps have sped out a little bit. So I have got some separate battles coming on here. Exactly what I wanted. We've got about 3-4 trains of cars, which is just making a nice little battle here. This little top midfield group, I like to say, it's in its own little big train. About 5 cars, 6 cars here. As Marcos begins to get past Danny. DRS, simple DRS overtake. Done. Danny is now down to 12. As Danny's called whether he wants to stay behind him or just continue to make the moves, but it might hurt some time if he tries to fight him too much. They're already quite far behind as it is. Oh, that's understeer for the player. That was definitely not a good line to take through that section of the circuit. Looks like he must have throwing damage or something. Tyres can't be overheating, he's on the mediums. Should be fine. No, that's fine. Just a bit of a moment, not sure what happened there. Gives Gibbs a bit of free air. The player does not have DRS, he could not, but he's used a bit of overtake. Just to try and keep within that 1 second. Needs a really good Ascari here if he wants to keep within that 1 second. Oh, a bit wide. Let's see if he gets, I don't know if he got away one, but Varane. It's not, oh, like a better rough it. He's got a good gap here. Bella is low on ERS here, so he can't use any of that ARS to try and defend Varane. DRS, it's already going to use the DRS, it's not even involved using the overtake. Slipstream DRS is all you need, but Bella's going to try and outbrake the Haas, and there's a slight contact, and a bit of a squeeze, a bit of Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton, but this time the cars are not on top of each other. Oh, and Varane just squeezes Bella temporarily, and Varane's using that little bit of overtake, he has a little bit extra compared to Bella to make that move. They won't be on the grass too long. Kevin's just watching on. So continuing to battle throughout here. It's currently lap 7. This race has gone quite quick so far. Varane up into P4. Placky continues to lead the way, but he's not pulling away from Caterpillar yet. Caterpillar's got his ERS stored up a lot, but because he's not fighting Placky, Placky's doesn't really use it either. He's got the pace to stay enough of a gap, so he's got enough gap so the DRS isn't quite powerful enough to actually make a move on him. So I mean, like, it's 8/10 seconds, but he's within that DRS, but he just uses a little bit of DRS down here, and then just uses that just to give him a bit extra gap when it comes to the DRS zone. Now Caterpillar's going to use a little bit there, just squeeze a little bit, and as soon as they open DRS, that will just use that speed. He will just slowly gain that time back. You gain a couple of tenths. But it's not too powerful around the circuit. And all this braking to me is all the braking markers have been gone. There's no braking markers. I wonder how people are doing that with no racing line. I think there's some braking markers on the left hand side on the barriers, so they can use that. But I'm pretty sure that's not normally there. So I'm curious when they actually brake. I guess they kind of use the barrier. As yeah, flag, that's Bosso down. I think his race might be over. So yeah, I'm not sure how they're braking to that corner without that braking markers. I'm not sure. There's supposed to be a few on the left and a few on the right, but there's none of them are there. It's like somebody's destroyed them all. Which is really confusing. I'm not sure how somebody's destroyed all like 5 or 6 brake markers into that corner. I hope that doesn't happen in Tier 2. Oh, that's why my Caterpillar can't afford to get warnings here. Not with your teammate that far close behind. Ah, Bella gets a penalty. It's going to hurt him. He's in the front of that train. It's going to cost him a few positions, that is, if he's not careful. If Caterpillar did say he was closing up, but he's had a better exit than Placky. Placky compromises a bit of his exit for a bit of more entry, and uses a bit of overtake. He's trying to build a gap Placky here. He's used a bit of extra ARS here just to try and get a bit of a move. As Bella and Ripley already in the pits on lap 8. into the pits onto a set of mediums. Bit of an early stop, maybe get a bit of an undercut. Well, Belair, so I think he's just covering enough the undercut. Danny's on, still trying to fight Marcos here, but he's got Semi-K and Ultra, 2 Red Bulls behind him now. Danny come up, make the move. He's good at defending, but he doesn't seem very good at attacking. Oh, Semi-K, learn to use that accelerator pedal. Oh, and Dama's round again. Oh, in the Alpine. Managed to weave their way through, but that's hurt the Williams. That's compromised the Williams majorly. He's now lost DRS and Belly now. And Dama is creating more dilemmas for other people. And Boss here, if I was him, I would just retire. He's come up to the leaders now. I think his status race over. He's going to get lapped. So as soon as you get lapped, I think that's pretty much your race over. Because you're not getting it back. Gibbs can see that red light flashing on the back of that Alpine. Gibbs can see that going, oh, that Alpine's low on energy, so easy move. Unless he pits, he would have pits. So okay, maybe that's why he's lost a lot of ERS. Gibbs has now got the DRS, so you can use that to pull away from the player. But the player's just about got it himself. I think he's lost a bit of time and exit though, but they made him run and stay out. Bit of fighting on here. Got Danny and Marcos. Danny gets past, but Semi-K's trying to filter his way through, trying to follow Danny, but Marcos has gone for a late dive bomb. Up inside his contacts, and Marcos lost the rear end, and Semi-K's going to try and find a way through. Careful on that accelerator, and he's having to short shift. But Aston Martin's got a better exit. He's just got to go straight to the line. Ultra's waiting and watching on, see if anything happens. I'm waiting for a collision here. I'm waiting for it. I'm sorry, but I am. Oh, lots of weaving, lots of trying to dodge, trying to find a way, and there's been a contact to the back here. And Bossett is, I don't know, I think, well, if I was going to retire, he's absolutely nowhere to be seen at this point. He's already well over pit stop behind, also well over a lap behind, should I say. Kevin cruising P4, just doesn't have the pace of the leaders, but he's just having to control this train that he's in. A few of them are pitted, I think he needs to pit now to cover off that undercut as much as he can. That's Bossett again, round. Ultra's got a time penalty. Not going to help him in the long term. In the pits, Kevin goes. Van's going for another lap here. So maybe we're going to try and overcut him. He's got the DRS. He's got the overtake mode. He's going to use this DRS just to try and find a couple extra few hundreds. A few extra tenths. See if we can try and get an overcut. And Boss has just spun again, hasn't he? Yeah. I think he's in about 5 pit stops already. He's lost his another front wing. At this rate, he's using Ripley's front wings at this rate. Oh, and DJ Danny's gone straight on. He's going to take. It never works, Danny. It doesn't work. You can't do in this game. But he's going to get a penalty here. He's going to lose all these positions. Oh, there's Red Bull on the circuit. Maybe it was a good thing to actually go around. Oh, and Red Bull's gone around this ghost. Oh, I don't even know. It's been contact here. Now Ultra's trying to way through. On the soft tyres, he's got past. Ultra's gone from last to 5th, but don't forget he's yet to pit. But Danny's got a penalty. I think that might have to be removed because he did lose a lot of time in doing that. So I think that can be removed. Marcos also down there as well. I'm not sure what happened there exactly. Semi-K's now down to 10th because of that. As he got damage, Boss is now finally retired. He actually binned it at the last corner. What's gone there? It's gone this McLaren. Got a bit of fight going here, but I don't see the McLaren. He's crashing the pit lane, isn't he? But luckily there's no safety car. So I think that might ruined it actually. So luckily there's no safety car. Ref Kesper alongside DJ Danny here. Ref Kesper's just come out of the pits here. Fighting with the Mercedes driver. Round the outside. Danny's going to fight this, but Ref Kesper's got much fresher tyres. He's going to drive it around the outside of it. And both of them will have DRS down the straight on Placky. And Danny is going to fight this on. Danny, just don't fight them, please. It's just they're not going to get anywhere. And the McLaren goes a bit. That's Akasilli. Just realised that's Akasilli side by side here. Danny's now fighting with the leaders here. Danny's trying to fight these guys here. Raf Kesper's trying to make him having to defend from Danny. Danny's having some of this battle here. And there's going to be some contact here if he's not careful. Danny's making a move. Danny's got all the tyres. Danny's going to be pushed off here. Yeah, Danny. And he's going to lose some time around here now. This is where the corners are. This is where his tyres will hurt him now. Bella is now on slightly fresher tyres. So he's been on his tyres a few laps now, but he's now fighting with DJ Denny. DJ Denny's got DRS in the leaders, but he hasn't got the tyres to fight with them. Well, he didn't run the tyres, doesn't have the pace either. Now Bellis uses everything, but he hasn't got anything left. Because he's got a penalty, that's crucial. I think that would be a second penalty, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's away. He's got a couple of more runners. He's got to pass. He's got to pass them yet, because these guys are going to be out for another 5 laps at least. Not quite within DRS, I don't think. Oh, he's just in it. Yeah, there we go. So he's going to have DRS. He's going to have some protection from Auxiliary and Rev Caterpillar. Ultra gets passed by Marcos down into turn 1. Oh, and there's going to be contact here. Oh, a bit of a squeeze, bit of contact with the Frenchman and the Spanish driver. Semi K's basting with Bellet. Oh, Bellet gets better traction. Oh, no. Semi K's had some. He's got some VTEC kicked in there with the Honda engine. I'm not sure what happened there. It's just getting a lot of speed. Bellet's like low on the overtake, I think. Indeed, and it's not only able to keep up here. And Semi K actually gets past Bellet. It's about Bellet being on much fresher tyres. So it's very interesting. There's way too much to keep up here. I really could do the commentator, but no. Now Alfa Romeo is trying to go side by side with Ultra here. And the ladies are right caught up in this. This is going to create a bit of havoc here for the leaders. One of the leaders pitted really quite a bit of an awkward time. Now, Rev Casper is now sneaking up behind these guys. Placky uses some of that overtake, but he's got to be taking a bit of top speed now. Auxiliary seems using a little bit higher downforce compared to Auxiliary. Auxiliary seems to be running quite low wings. He's very quick on the straights. That's one of why probably Casper could not catch him down the straight. Now Placky, now trying to overtake Ultra here. Ultra's run out of EOS here. Oh, and Ultra's on a fighting minute. Placky's not going to give him room. No way. There you go. Oh, and the McLaren's trying to find a way through, but that's to back out because of that. Rev Cast players making a move on Ultra as well. Oh, one of the McLaren's getting a bit feisty here. Ultra's sniffing one up the inside, but he hasn't got the tyres to do it. And he's not got the position to do that either. Now Placky's going to have to get past Marcos here. And after that, it should be clear on for now. Prepare, and the game's a bit too far ahead. I think they'll pit before they catch. Placky with DRS, just hold off from Auxiliary for another lap. So these leaders just in the pace around, and now Ultra's corner cutting his way to his victory, his way to his finish here, and not been it in the process. More yellow flags, and it's Bellet's off. At Ascari, not sure what happened there. Maybe some contact with someone, maybe Danny. Oh, to work contact. Dynamo's off at Ascari. That damaged that car. I don't see any visual damage. There might be some contact with the barrier, but I think he might have got away with it. Despite all that, Dynamo's still gets DRS. Ultra and the player fine in the pits. Actually, players on the softs. Yeah, that's right. And Ultra's now going to the mediums. The same lap, Ultra's gone very long on those softs. So I did start on them, they didn't actually qualify on them. So that's the key. Let's get that drive through. Still nowhere really near any of these battles right now. Still down in P15. Wazza is nowhere to be seen, despite having a really quick start. I'm not sure actually what happened to Wazza. Can't remember what happened to him now. Can't give a finger on it. Oh, that's a bit of a wide line by Marek. Anyway, Placky's got past Marcos. Auxiliary's trying to get past here. He's got to make a move. He's a bit of a cheeky dive bomb here. He's got to make a move stick. He's going to go wide. And he's pushed Aston off the circuit. He's pushed himself off the circuit. And he's lost DRS on that Aston Alfa Romeo. Placky needs a bit. He's just done it now. He's one chance to run away with this win. And I think if Placky can run away with this and stay within that 1 second ahead, he's got his win in the bag. He just needs to control his pace. All he needs now, these McLarens effectively need to work together. If one to catch back up, they've got to work together to have any chance of getting back with the leaders. So they just need to slipstream de-ice each other. It's the only way they can get closer to them. And then they make any mistakes in the process. Gibbs falls down to P8. P9, P10, just come out behind the Alpha, not Alpha Romeo, Alpine. Too many cars there that start with A, and it's really throwing me off sometimes. Comes out behind Morak, but he's on fresh soft. The player comes out in P8. No rest left for Kevin. Oh, and Danny's gone wide. He needs to pit. I think it's time for pit stop for him now. As Ripley gets through, Ripley's on fresher soft, fresher medium tyres. McKay also probably going to come in this lap. Dynamite. So I find a way through to get past Bellet. Bellet's on fresher tyres. Dylan's got a pit soon. Kevin on fresh tyres here. Got no ES though to play with. So talking about it, he's got nothing to play with now. He's got nothing to make any overtakes with. He's going to pit anyway up for this lap. Who's that? Danny's a whole pit stop behind these guys. Prepares at the fast lap of the race on those soft tyres. Maybe it's some cheeky DRS in the process. Don't think he did any DRS though. Oh, I thought he outbraked himself a little bit then. Done nice there. Danny's going to keep a pit for set soft, but they're falling down. All the way down to P14, 15. Might even be P16 for Danny if Ultra gets ahead of him. Danny should just comes out ahead though on a set of softs. Caster's still there to pit. 16 laps on his tyres. Tyres starting to get worn. Both Casper has managed to catch up to Placky here. Placky's not been able to keep ahead, sorry, of 1 second. Looks like these Mercedes McLarens even work together to get back up, but I think Lacazette might be out of this if penalty stays the way they are. They just have to commit to third place here. Obviously still try and push, try and get into penalties, but it's not really going to be a challenge anymore. Both of these guys are very low on ES here now. Both have been using it to catch up. Placky's been trying to use it to try and stay ahead. And it's worked out for Casper, but it's not worked out for Placky. Casper can now save the ERS using the DRS to stay with him. Gibbs sets the fast lap of the race at 21.1 as he loses the position to Kevin. Gibbs is going for move it. Oh, is he going to make it work? I'm not sure. He's going to have to break him. Oh, it's not going to go well. It's going to pinch him. Yeah, it's not going to work. He just didn't have. He just needs to get a bit more ambitious in the brakes there if he wants any chance of making a move stick. The players now is going to be very quick on these softs. I don't think he'll be able to catch the leaders. It's a question, but 7 seconds are a Monza in what 8 laps, 9 laps. The softs are quick, but they're not that quick. And the soft tyres will start to fall off. A bit more on those mediums. So, the player now on a charge. Try and get as close to Lacazette as possible. The player keeps it clean. He just needs to get within 1-3 seconds of the McLaren driver. Varane has got a time penalty, going to hurt him in this battle, but actually no, he's at the back there. What happened to Varane? Trevor Varane was fighting in the top 5 a minute, like 5 laps ago. I don't know what's happened. I'm so much going on sometimes. I just don't realise what happened to some people. Like where Varane's dropped, or when Semike dropped the race, and Stanley was in the pits finally after 18 laps. That is a bit too long, I think, on his tyres. I think you want to be pitting about 17, 18, and Brand's spinning the pit lane. I think it's him out. He has retired. He has given up from this race. Retired in the pit lane, and the Frenchman is out of this race. Down without the pits, but down in P15. Now down to 17 cars here. Wazza. He's not actually racing. He's I don't think we've been racing since lap 1. Been more flags. Mercedes, Danny, DJ Danny. He's binned it at the second chicane, and that's just on a set of soft as well. I wonder if it's hit the curb or anything like that. Catch it. I don't know what. Who hit the gravel there? There's a Haas going yellow flags very slowly. That's what Varann's car retiring. It's taken a long time. Very far away to retire. I think he just pulled away from the very end of that turn before turn 1, but it's come all the way to the Grande curve. The player's got a penalty, so his chase on Castelli is over. In fact, he's no around. He's made a mistake. He's off the circuit. Has he been in a fight with somebody? Has he lost positions? What has gone on there to the Aston Martin driver? So many things going on. I don't have a clue what's going on, and what's caused these collisions, and what's causing these moments, these penalties. Don't know. It will retain it as a mystery until we check out the stewards. If there's any contact, or if it's just a simple mistake, we'll never know. Oh, and actually, it's getting a bit feisty with Casper here. Casper, I think he's managed to catch up to the Mr. Alfa Romeo, but then he's never able to actually overtake him. That's what that getting a bit of dirty air, but at the same time, he's just not got straight line speed. So when he has got the corner, he then loses it in that dirty air, and he hasn't got the straight line speed, so he can't catch up down the straight. And Bella's got another. Bella. He's got another thing to stand down to. Not good. This race has gone from bad to worse, I think. Not doing too bad after that mistake. More yellow flags. Danny's out of the race. He's crashed it. He's binned it. And it's a safety car. Safety car is out. Danny just had to cause the safety car. He just had to cause. And these leaders have just crossed the safety car. But luckily, they're ahead of the safety car. So they still get a chance to have this pit stop, I think. I think they might pit. I think if one does, the thing is, I think everyone else will pit. But the thing is, you've got to think about Gibbs, the player. These guys are already on softs, so these guys can stay out if they want to. Whether they want to go back in for another set of softs. But these guys stay out. So these leaders got to pit. They're going to come up behind them. And these leaders then have to get past these cars themselves. It's going to be interesting how this plays out, but everyone's in the pits for a set of softs. Semi-K. Dilemma just gets ahead of Semi-K. But Marcos stays ahead of him. And Ince have to stick to the delta here. It's very easy when you come out the pits to try and push it. This car's waiting at the exit turn 2. Will these leaders pit? And how will they pit? Will any of them pit? Will all of them pit? Or just a couple? It's just what is Gibbs and the player going to do? Gibbs looks like he's going to go in the pits here. He is. Rakitic follows him. Castelli also goes in. Oh, Castelli's going to be stuck behind him as well. Luckily, they got a bit of a gap. Gibbs stays out. Gibbs stays out. There it is. Ripley's in the pits. The player's also in. So the player decides to pit, which I think with that penalty is probably not a good idea. I think he has to stay ahead and just go for trap position. I think the player should wait for trap position here. With that penalty, I think he just had to stay in trap position, just hope that he just stays ahead as much cars as possible. Gibbs is the only car in front now, but the safety car might be a long one. So, depends. If the safety car comes in at the end of lap 23 or lap 24, depends. Also an issue is Wazza, the AI, is currently covering that second place slot. It's also going to give Pack an issue with the counter attack on Gibbs. What do they call it, a counter attack? Probably not. But yeah, everyone is on the fresh set of softs. Dilemma and Kata both stayed out because their tyres are already ready to be fresh. And still want to keep that some of that trap position, even though they're not even in the points. Not many people have penalties. I think because of the curbs, I don't think people cut the corners much anymore with these curbs. So they're not getting these corner cutting ones they would normally get through the chicanes. The only real places that really get count penalties now is really, I'd say, the first Lesmo, second Lesmo, maybe a Ascari. Everywhere else, I don't think. Oh, safety car's in this lap. Safety car was very. What's going on here? Why is it so short? It's already in. The Marcos just gone really slow. These guys haven't caught up to the safety car. And he's gone. Gibbs is gone, but it's a very quick safety car. It's only like 2 laps long, if that. Now there's a bit back fast on the middle up front, and there's a battle behind. And Rev Caterpillar has already made the move on Placky here. Did Placky have a legal overtake on the AI? That's what I'm speculating here. We're pretty trying to fight Axilla here. This gives some chances people below her down to try and fight the leaders. The leaders already found a bit of a gap here. It's about Placky having low downforce. So here it is. Seems to have a bit of edge. Side by side, Rev Caterpillar going to slither it around the outside. He's pushed it Alpha Mounds onto the gravel, but it's a clean move nonetheless. He's got the move done. He had the inside line. I think that was fair in my books. But I think Placky has running a little bit lower downforce. I feel like that's the case. It just feels like he's got less downforce. You can see how much catch in him. He's not even using overtake. 16 is not normally that powerful. I see people using DRS not catching up that quickly. Oxley still in this battle. Ripley holding on there. Kevin also holding on. Oxley now, I think this is screwed over Oxley now with that penalty. Oxley could have an easy P3 here, but now he might even be in the top 10 with the way it's going. Oh, and Morak is round. There's been contact with Bele. And the player's in. The player's in. What? And he's retired. He's got damage. There's no damage to that car. Why has the player retired? Why? Belarus gets another 3-second time penalty. It's probably the second or third one, I think. Rev Caterpillar, hold on, Placky's actually got the lead from Rev Caterpillar. Too distracted there with the player getting baffled. Placky's got past. That was without DRS as well. That just proves that straight line speed that Placky has. He's able to get past Rev Caterpillar with no DRS, and then Caterpillar can't overtake 22 laps with DRS. I think this shows that Placky is losing some low downforce, so gives me a bit of information for tomorrow. Rev Caterpillar a penalty, and that's the race win over. Oh, just got a penalty. I thought it was going to say Placky then. And looks like these McLarens are now screwed. Yeah, neither of them are going to be on the podium now. And Gibbs has got the pace to just stay ahead of Placky for now. More red flags, that's Catter's out. Is there going to be another safety car? DRS is enabled, no safety car, it looks like. Now down to 13 cars now. Catter is just nowhere to be seen in terms of Placky. But now Placky's now right behind Gibbs here. Gibbs, I think he's got a P2 in the bag here. He's got 2 cars behind him with penalties. So even if he does lose a position to Placky, he's still yet to defend from Caterpillar and Oxley. If one's the one to run in this race, he has to defend from Placky. But if he loses that position to Placky and not able to keep up, as long as he stays within 3 seconds of those 2 McLarens, he's got the second place in the bag. So I think Gibbs, if he stays where he's going, he's got guaranteed at least top 2. This could be a gifted podium here. 2 McLarens, both got penalties. Turns out they're gonna Placky had a terrible Ascari there. It's caught up Rev Caterpillar. But yeah, these penalties are going to turn out to be dire coming towards the end of the race. There's not enough gaps. But Bele's got a massive gap to there. But Placky gone inside of Gibbs. Gibbs has had a moment. He's missed the apex. And Placky with that low downforce is going to breeze past here. I think Gibbs might get a breeze past, but at least 2 of them. Oxley is nowhere to be seen. Gibbs is now losing position to Placky. Rev Caterpillar got past Placky. He's got inside Placky here. No, it's just too tight. Into turn 1. There's been a collision here with Oxley and Gibbs. Oh, and here comes Ripley. Here comes Ripley up the inside of the McLaren. Oh, there's been contact. He's lost the rear end on traction. And he's lost the rear end. He's managed to catch it. Whether he's got damage or not, I don't think he has, but he's lost a lot of damage, emotionally damaged from that, and he's not going to be happy now. He's gone for a potential podium, and now he's not even going to be in top 5 at this rate. Placky continues to lead the way. Brad Kessler still trying to fight Placky here. He needs to fight Placky. He needs to get Placky a penalty. But anyway, to do that, I feel like he needs to get a move done into the Scarish Chicane and force Placky into a track extend or something. That's the only way I could see. I don't see how we can get any other place and give him a penalty. Maybe push him off at Lesmo or something, but you need a lot of commitment to do that. And make sure it sticks. But I think Placky might have this in the bag here. If no mistakes are done. Caterpillar now up the back. Caterpillar at least winning on track. Gibbs is still on for this P2 here. Look at the helicopter shot back onto the broadcast cams. Caterpillar is back up around the outside of Gibbs. Placky around the outside. Gibbs Placky's gonna have the outside line. He's got better traction. There you go. Just better. He's got a straighter car and he's got the outside line. It's more grippy. And he's carrying more speed, which means he can get the power a bit more easy as well. Caterpillar's not giving up, but Placky is running out of EOS here. Placky just has the upper hand for his corners. Caterpillar just can't seem to respond for those third corners. He loses a bit of time. It looks like Placky will keep this in the bag. Rackett is closing. Oh, he's just a bit too far away. Oh, a bit close here. Both of them. Placky has a little bit more overtake, but he's already used it. It's all about slipstream now, but Placky, like I said, he's using low downforce. Rackett is going to make for the move here. He's going to force him, Placky, to do anything. He's going to push him wide. Anything to do. Is there going to be a collision into turn last corner? There's not. But Caterpillar can't force him wide. Placky looks like he has this. Placky comes across the line. He's going to win the Italian Grand Prix. Caterpillar's going to drop down to P4 and 5. 5 and 6 for the McLarens. Gibbs is going to be P2 in the end. And Kevin, P3. And yeah. And as I say, that as the race finishes, the game crashes. Perfect timing. Couldn't be anything better than a good old crash in the game. Well, there's no point me joining now because I can't remember to join anyway. Well, I can't do the rundown really. That's brilliant. Oh, dearie me. But I can't do the rundown, can I? So, but it was Placky with a victory, Gibbs P2 and Kevin P3. And then I think it was Ripley P4, and then the two McLarens 5 and 6. I am going to avoid interviews for tonight, I think. I don't think Kevin will be doing anything. I'm Placky, I'm not sure. I might try and get Placky, but I'm not sure Placky will really respond to it. I'm not sure. Not sure how this how it goes. So I think I'll end it there, unfortunately. But yeah, that was an absolute stunning race from everyone. That was a great race here at STB season 20 here for the 8th year anniversary here at the league. Unfortunately, did not end the way I wanted it to. But I'm going to end it there. If you want, obviously, the results will be on the stream. If you want to relook at the results from there, but I didn't see the results screen. I had to get somebody else to look at what it was in the penalty system. I don't know what it is, so I need somebody else's stream to look at the results towards the end. Unfortunately, that's the case. So we'll find the results off somewhere else, and those results will be posted on the Twitter as usual later this week. But thank you very much for watching here for 8th year anniversary. Don't forget to come back next week, tomorrow for Tier 2. I should be racing, depending whether Bram can commentate or not. Hopefully, obviously Marley's not here to commentate. Bram, so it's all about whether Bram is able to return for commentary, whether I'm going to race or not. Hopefully I can race, because I want to race, because it's Monza. But yeah, unfortunately that's how the way it goes, but thank you very much for watching. Come back for tomorrow for the second race of the week of the anniversary. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.